Okay, do it now.
Hello, everybody. We have Jason today. He's going to be doing an amazing and easy demo on these bracelets.
And if you guys are in the Ohana, just say hello so we know that you guys are out there. Welcome, welcome. We're just doing a quick Saturday um, beading instructional, you may say. I'm going to be doing it with pearls and or wood and or metals. I'm using these large hold pearls that you don't have to drill out to put into projects. Yep, yep, yep. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. Yep, 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 yep. So I'm gonna have Jamie pull the volume so I can hear it. I am getting some sound. There should be some sound kicking. You didn't hear it? I heard it.
It was coming from my phone.
Okay. Um, Give me 1 second. Hey Jamie, why don't you talk and I'm gonna listen to the sound.
Okay. So this is like one of the first, let me put myself right there. This is one of the first bracelets that we ever did. I'll hold it right here on the other side of the screen. One for me. And we're doing things a little differently today. We're going to be turning this into a tutorial. So I asked Jason if he wouldn't mind taping it live. That way, if you guys have any questions, we can include it. And then when we edit this, we can put your questions in the video. Perfect. We already got some questions. So when Jason starts, I'll make sure that he is answering them. So this original bracelet was a design that we learned about 25 years ago from Lynn Merchant. And she is our wire teacher, our wire guru. And um, she did it in a thicker gauge wire. I was going to try and do it in the screen, but I kind of have to hold it closer to my body. There you go. And when she taught it, she did it, I think, in 16 gauge. And then when we did it in the store, we had shown one of our girls, Erin, and she did it in 22 gauge. So that was super cool. But I'm going to have Jason take over now and he will start the demo. And again, we will be editing this and putting it on YouTube. So if you have any questions, put them into the comments and we'll make sure that we answer them in the upcoming video. Okay, started.
All right, guys. All right. You're welcome. So, Jules, you're welcome to use memory wire, but you won't be able to create this clasp. So, this is the clasp I'll be building. Unfortunately, to do this in memory wire, you're going to have a set of tools that are not standard. So, in the standard tools, we'll be using just your basic chain nose pliers, flat nose pliers, round nose pliers.
I'm going to start from the beginning, and this is
Okay, I'll just send, yeah.
our take.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
And I'll
So,
be editing this.
All right. So this is the. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Jason from the Bead Gallery, and today we are working on the pearl cuff. And in this, I guess, volume of the pearl cuff, we're going to be doing large hold beads, either in pearls or metal. And we're going to be doing also using 18 gauge wire to create the bangle. Okay. And to make things a lot easier, we can do it in half hard wire. And half hard wire, all that means is the wire is tempered already. So you don't have to do any work hardening in that sense. So it's ready to wear. So you'll have a ready to wear bracelet right off the cuff. How's that? Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to use one of these beads. Um, let's see. I love the pearls. I think pearls are a great way to um, promote the look of this natural gemstone that we get from the sea. And let's see what number I want to use. I can either use, I want to use either 1814 or I will use 2203. 2203. Here we go. I love these two contrasting colors, but you can use the brown too. I love the brown. You guys are welcome to this. If you guys have questions on the pearls, remember to contact us using the website. There is a little flag at the bottom corner that you can contact us directly. On YouTube, you can also drop us a message there, or you can contact us directly by texting. It's on our different social medias as well as our website. Yay. Okay. 18 gauge wire. So I'll be using 18 gauge sterling silver wire today. (18 gauge sterling, half hard. Notice that this particular wire is springy, not dead soft. Okay. Like that. And we're going to create the loop and the hook today. Quite fun. Really, really quite fun. You can either do one or the other. Okay. It doesn't matter which way you start. It's up to you. I don't have, it depends on how I feel that day. But this 18 gauge variety is right over here. We also have a 20 gauge variety and a 16 gauge variety. I'm glad we brought this one out because it has all the different sizes that I've been using before. So 20, 18, and 16 gauge wire. So give yourself enough wire. If you have a pre-cut wire, go for it. If you don't have a pre-cut wire, just use it right off the spool or in your coil. Okay, let's move some stuff around. Like I said, I'm going to use the blue one today. This one right here. I'm going to use a blue one. That's Gem 2203. Freshwater pearl with large gauge holes. That's about a 16 gauge hole, roughly. And I'm going to cut it and use it. I love this cutter because this can cut up to 16 gauge. That's our jeweler's grade wire cutter. It's flush cut, so when I cut it, you have a nice good look to it. I'm going to pre-cut my wire. You can also clean your wire right off the bat. Take your polishing cloth. If you don't have a polishing cloth, contact me. Look how that was fast. Look how nice and shiny that is. Okay. Do I want to do any comments? No? Okay. I won't do comments. I'm just going to go right off and clean my wire. After I clean my wire, I like to pre-cut my work so I can see what I'm doing, because sometimes when you work with a large spool, sometimes you just work off it and then you get something that's bent like this. Sometimes it's a little hard to work and clean up. So pre-cut your wire. Get ready. So we can get into the wire wrapping mode. I'm going to do this side first, the loop side. I need to make this loop this big because it's nice and easy. If you don't have a wrap and tap plier, these come in very handy because you don't have to keep repositioning your tool. You can also use this one, our original 3-step wrap and tap. This is our 6-step. And I built this with the original. Nice. If you want it a little smaller, you can use a 6-step on step number 3, or you can use it on step number 1 on the original 3-step. Here we go. Let's wire wrap. If you notice my positioning of the wire, it's perpendicular to the loop. So I don't have to turn the wire. I'm going to work on it just as is. So this way, I'm going to bend it perpendicular. I'm going to take my wrap and tap. I'm going to shape it up, over, and around. Flip my plier over. Turn this. If you are not familiar with the way we wrap loops, please go to our YouTube channel and look up basic wire wrap. Okay, there is my circle right there. I'm going to turn my wrist. Keep turning my wrists. There you go. And then I have my lollipop loop. How's that look? Looks pretty good. Take my flat nose pliers. And I'm going to wrap this as much times as I like to. I can make it 1 time. I can make it 2 times. I can make it 3 times. It's up to you. Okay. As the wire gets shorter, you're going to notice that my fingers get bent out of shape. So I'm going to stop doing this, and I'm going to be using my chain nose pliers to help me clean this up. So hold it with my flats. And then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and I'm going to finish this off. And then I'm going to tuck in the ends to make it look pretty. And this doesn't happen often, but I don't have to cut this because it makes a good 1.5 or 2 wrap loop, depending on where you're looking at it. So what do I mean by a 2 wrap loop? 1, 2 wraps right there. That's really good for this project. Okay, and I'm going to tuck in the ends, make it nice and pretty so I don't have to come back to it later on. Okay. All right. And look, it's perpendicular. The loop is perpendicular to the curve of the wire. So I don't have to reposition the tool, reshape anything. It's right, ready to wear off the cuff. I'm going to go back to that again. So here's my large hold pearls. Remember, 18 gauge wire is approximately 1 millimeter in diameter, meaning from one end of the wire to the other is 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter thick. Okay, if you don't have your caliper, you can just trust me, but that makes right there 1 millimeter on the dot. Okay, that is a large gauge hole. A lot of holes in most beads tend to be about 0.8 to 0.5, 0.5 to 0.8, depends. Pearls, on the other hand, are anywhere from 0.2 to 0.5. Okay, so there's my large hole pearls. I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit so you can see me. Now we're gonna bead. Yay, the fun part. So I'm gonna bead this on. Take my time. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend.
Spacers?
Huh? We can use lots of cool spacers. Look what I brought.
Ooh.
I brought these beautiful vintage turquoise and coral spacers, beads. We have these right here. What's that? Oh, that's my Thai silver. Oh, you know what? Why don't we use the Navajo pearls?
Okay, you want a bigger size, like one? You want to use that size?
Yeah, sure. Or is it too close so it doesn't make a difference? It looks too close, yeah? Should we choose something that the color is a little, yeah. So let's do the silver. That's a big pearl. What about this? Is that how much? Yeah. The contrast's nice, yeah?
You want to put one Tahitian pearl in the center. I just had this one lying
Yeah,
down.
sure. Let's get to the center portion.
Okay.
Thanks for the design help. It's always nice to have a designer on hand. Getting back to your Saturday afternoon. Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday afternoon with friends and family. Who's out there? Shout out. Let me see who's there.
June said hi.
Oh, hi, June. And from YouTube, thanks, Jules, for joining us. Keep the questions coming. We'll try to answer them as we can, as I look up, basically. Wow, the contrast is nice. You should look at this. Here, look at that. How's that look? Pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. So the silver bead that I'm using is a handmade Thai silver bead that we have in the store. If you are one of our Ohana and you know how we run our store, this is M97 bead M97. It's approximately 6 millimeters, but again, it is handmade, so each hole is kind of different. It ranges from 1 millimeter to 1.5 millimeters, and this is what I mean by handmade. This is why I love handmade beads. Look, not the same, but it will work just the same. You're going to notice in the beads that just like the freshwater pearls, each bead has a different look to it. Who wants to wear this?
Ooh,
Do you want to wear it?
I'll try it on.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Oop, I did my thing
That's
again.
pretty with the two colors, and they're like the same, those two colors.
You want me to put a silver bead in between?
No, I
Okay.
like it. Where because like look, they're all blue, and these two happen to be like purple. What
Yep.
if you did that on purpose?
Maybe.
That's a pretty bead.
Yeah.
2203. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
2203.
just gonna note that because that's a really nice bead.
So this is the peacock. So this is Chinese freshwater pearls, and it's the peacock color, peacock blue, because I also have peacock brown. Can I borrow your wrist one more time, Jamie?
Yep.
Well, that's a pretty bead. Can you flip your wrist?
Yeah, I'm gonna move it right out there.
Okay, maybe about 2 or 3 more beads. Again, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. What?
Kara's here, and so is
Who else?
Elise in Japan.
Elise.
Oh, she said
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Oh, and happy belated birthday. I just found out. How come we don't have, why don't we have her on our...
Tanjobi omedetou.
Okay, I think I was off by a little bit. So I'm going to take these two out. Okay.
I don't want it too tight, okay?
Oh, okay. Because
it's no fun when you're I'll take those two or at least one back.
Okay, one back.
Yeah.
The two
is going to add what about
half an inch. Half an inch. Yeah. Let me see one more time. That good?
Yeah, because right there is like
Because
real.
it'll be like this.
Yeah.
This is your bracelet right here.
Yeah, that's
Is
nice.
that nice? Okay. So now once you size your bracelet, again, this is like I said, it's ready to wear. I keep stressing this perpendicular thing because it makes sense when you're in design. You can turn the loop when you're ready, but I like it when it's ready to go. I really do. Okay. So there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the clasp portion of this. Here we go. I'm building this so that this can hook into like that. If you look at it, it is built in a way where I double the loop coming down, wrap it, and then fold it over. Right now, that doesn't make any sense, but when you see me do this, hopefully it would make some sense to you all. All right. Okay. So here we go, just like that. So if you look at this right here, this is approximately, you can eyeball it. I usually eyeball it, but for all my friends out there who don't like to eyeball, it's about half an inch here. I'm going to make my bend in my wire at 1 inch. So I'm going to extend this out 1 inch, like right there. Again, eyeballing it, about 1 inch right over there. I'm either going to take my round nose pliers or my chain nose pliers, depending on how I want this hook to look like. And I used my round nose pliers the last time because I like that loop. You see that right here, that hook part? I like it round. Okay, so 1 inch out, 1 inch out. Again, perpendicular to this loop, just like that. And I'm going to bend the wire. And here it comes the portion that you want to watch. Down, down, down. Okay. Like this. That pretty. That's nice, yeah. Take your flat nose pliers. And if you guys have questions on the tools, make sure you ask. Okay. These are flat nose pliers. This is one of our basic 3 tools that we love to use in the shop. Okay. There is your tongue. That's how Lynn used to call it. Remember? Make the tongue. Okay. Stick the tongue out. Just like that. All right. There's the tongue. And now this is the eyeball part. It's up to you, this part. We are now going to wrap this onto here. Okay, I'm right-handed. Not yet. After I wrap it. Okay. And now I'm going to wrap this onto the base, much like this. Here. It looks like this. Okay. I'm going to wrap it onto the base. Take your flat nose pliers. Again, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hold it like this into place. If you don't have a flat nose pliers, use your chain nose pliers. You're going to wrap this onto here. If you want to make it easier for the wrap, pre-bend your wire by taking your chain nose pliers and guesstimating how many wraps are going to fit into this space right here. I'm going to try to put about 2 or 3 wraps in there. So I'm going to do about half an inch. I'm going to bend it up like this. Okay. And I'm going to start my wrap now. If it torques on you, choke up on your flat nose pliers or use your parallel jaw pliers. Use your parallel jaw pliers. I like them because when they come down, when the parallel jaw pliers come down, they tend to hold both wires at the same time. Jamie's gonna see if she can grab a pair out front because you see this torquing here. This happens a lot when the wire is thick and then there is a little bit of space between the bottom jaw. There it is. Here's a beautiful example of a flat. There you go. Okay. And look, it holds both of them in place. And you can actually do this. Look at that. You saw that, James? I'm going to hold all of it, tongue and all, inside the mouth so nothing shifts too much. And I'm going to wrap this. And 3. I gave it a little bit of space, you guys, because when I curve this up, it's going to tighten up the loop. Okay, do you guys see that? There's space here. And then when I close the loop, it tightens up. So now we have this. You're going to take your flush cutters. I love these ones here. Take that, and you're going to cut. Put that down. Put your wire down. Tuck in your ends. Don't want you scratching yourself. And then Jamie was mentioning to me, do I want to use my bench block today? Sure, I'll use my bench block today. I'm going to hammer this down right here, this just the tip of the mouth, because I still have not yet turned it, and I want to harden it too much. I'm going to use my chasing hammer to hammer this flat. Okay, just the tongue right there so that it hooks into this rather nicely. Now, design-wise, you can either do the hook up. This is my original one here. Hook up or hook down. It depends on your design aspect. Okay. My original one was hook up because I like to hook into the piece. Okay. Hook into the loop. This one, I hook into the loop from the outside. Advantage, disadvantage for the design. Some people feel the hook portion right here onto their skin. You will not feel the hook portion on your skin. Disadvantage of this one, you have to come inside your wrist area to hook it in. Does that make sense? Inside your wrist to hook it in, and the loop, you don't feel the loop. This one, you never hook into the wrist, you hook outside and into. So, which one would you like, James, since this is your bracelet? You like this or this?
I like the last one. I like hook out.
You like hook out, so you go into your bracelet,
Yeah,
right?
I find it.
Hook into your bracelet. So understand, you guys, you're gonna hook into your bracelet. This one here, outside in. Okay? Either design works well. Advantages, disadvantages, it's kind of up to the wearer. So Jamie likes the left. That's what we're gonna do. The original design. You're gonna take your round nose pliers, or you're gonna take your wrap and tap. Nice thing about the wrap and tap, you can just put it right in there and then bend into and create your loop. It'll be like you're using a mandrel where it's only one size all the way across. When you use the round nose pliers, one side is going to be larger than the other. Okay. When you pull it over the top, you're going to notice that it's going to um, be a little offset, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it was before. Okay, or use a mandrel. Okay, I'm going to use this one. I believe we can do it with this. We can do it with that. To make your clasp, find about halfway on the tongue, on the clasp, and then pull down and into your piece. I only hammered this portion, so this portion right here isn't as hard. And take your thumb and index finger right there, and we're going to push down, push down, push down. Take your time. I did it so this portion, the tip of the tongue, touches that portion right here. That is a very good one. If you overdo it, roll it back and push down again. Did you guys see that? I rolled it back and I pushed it down. So you get a even. There we go. Clasp. Hopefully that made sense. Okay. And look, we're almost done.
You did hook in.
I did hook in. No, no, no. No, 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 no. What we can do is
Flip it.
we can flip it. And I'm gonna show you guys how to flip it. Automatic. See my brain? My hand motions are automatic, isn't it? Yep. If you want to change this, remember I told you guys about perpendicular and parallel. So we're gonna change this from this side to the other side. How's that? Well done. What's that? Ta-da. Okay. Reposition the hook, make it nice and pretty. Now we have a hook that looks like this. I like putting a little notch in it. Take your flat nose pliers, grab the tip, and pull this back. This portion right here, you want it to touch the wire wraps. You want the tip, that portion right there, to touch the wire wrap so you can create a smaller space. There, that's a nice clasp. Okay. Cleanup time. Tuck in all your ends. Make everything nice and clean.
I commented because the proportions on your clasp are so nice.
It's 1 inch. It's a 1 inch clasp. This is the simplest clasp you can make. It's a 1 inch clasp. You can create this even with a loop on the bottom, but that's another class. Okay. I'm going to do a slight bend here so that when Jamie wears it, it'll hook right into her wrist. Okay. There's a slight bend. It's about 10 degrees into the wrist. There we go. Okay. Jamie, here's your bracelet. Watch this. Ready? Ready to wear. Pinch in like this. Come hook it in like that. And now you have a pure sterling silver cuff bracelet. This portion right here is wide open. This is why I told you guys about the clasp. These motions are small, but so is your project. Look, just pinch it and look at that. See how it touches? That is the smallest gap. There's no way for this to come out. See that right there? This is a well-designed technique that Lynn taught us. As long as it touches there versus like over out. Look right there. See how it stops from coming out? It stops. So a nice snap in. And as Jamie wears this, it'll start to work harden itself. And there you go. half-hard wire. I usually don't sell this too much because you're gonna have to know how to use it. You want to wear it? Yeah. Okay, let's get in there.
Okay.
Okay, you do the snap in. Got it.
Go over, push down.
And let me hear that snap.
I'm gonna be like, oh,
There it is.
that's it.
That's what I want to hear. Thanks, Jules. We appreciate you watching.
I forgot to tell you that Jason's been doing stuff like this for 28 years now. So we're so lucky when he has time to just jump in and do a live demo. So thank you,
You're
Jason.
welcome. This is one of my favorite projects because it uses the basic wiring
Yeah,
that
and
we
it's
teach on our wire wrap class.
one wire.
That's one
Just
wire.
one.
One wire
One piece of wire.
created a loop and a clasp. And look at how
It's so fun. I'll just jump in to show you. This bracelet here is made with one piece of leather. So it's super fun to challenge yourself. What can you do with one wire, one leather? Just like going for it. So I'm going to, sometimes putting your hand flat like this is not the easiest way to take something off. Sometimes what I like to do is press it against my stomach, and then I have a place to balance the piece. So I'm going to be putting away, balancing it on my stomach area, and removing the clasp. You can also add an extra ring at the end if that helps. Get it off and on. And what I mean is you take a jump ring. You just find a random one. Doesn't have to be this big. This is just something I have close by. And then you have a more pivotal piece at the end to hook into. Let's see if this works. If this size is too tiny, or if your loop that you made at the end is just a little bit too small and you're like, oh no, what do I do? If that at the end is too small, you can add a ring and that's going to give you that flexibility. Now, this loop at the end will have to turn this way, right? So that this will end flat. But that's how you can do like a little extender at the end. And that kind of helps too because this ring flops up and down. So that gives you a little bit more leeway to take it off and on. So if that loop again is too tiny, it does take away from the uniqueness of it being a one wire bracelet. But there's always ways to problem solve, adapt, and do something a little different just in case.
just in case.
All right, Jason, I think that is it. I'm going to hopefully edit this week and re-release it as a quick tutorial video
We came out with a bracelet.
making a super cute bracelet.
If you guys have any other questions, please use the YouTube comment section, the Facebook comment section. You can also contact us directly from our website.
Oh yeah, tell them about web chat because that's
Our web chat is thebeadgallery.com. Bottom corner, you're going to see this yellow flag. Click onto the yellow flag, present your question, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours.
And if you've never met us before, do a quick bio while I go through the questions and make sure.
What kind of
Tell
quick
them
bio?
about us, like when we started.
Oh yeah, so
what we do.
our store opened in 1997 in late November was our first official day, uh, and we had a nice small little 600 square foot unit in the middle of Honolulu, right next to the Ala Moana Shopping Center. If you guys are familiar with the area, we were above um, Antique Alley, and we were next, right below. Oh, there I am. We were right below Radio Shack and China House Restaurant. How's that? Oh, that camera moved, didn't it? It moved. It used to be right here. Okay, so um, we painted it purple. I don't know if anybody remembered that, but it was a purple room. It was very cool at the time in 1997. Uh, we had a couch. We had a lot of basic beginner friends who would come in, not knowing we existed. Much like now, kind of like now. It's still kind of the same, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, that was 1997. That was the fall of 1997. After a couple years, we moved over to Ward Avenue, and at Ward Avenue, we created a great ohana, a great community of beaters who loved what we did. We taught many, many classes, which now you guys see on YouTube. We translated a lot of those into DVDs, and the DVDs turned into streaming video, first in Vimeo and then now in YouTube. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we did that for quite a bit. Yeah, yeah, we did. We had DVDs. We used to burn DVDs after hours. So after we shut the store at 7 o'clock, we closed at seven before. We burnt DVDs until 9 o'clock. We did basic wire wrap, knotting with Jamie, and stringing, basic stringing. Those were our three most popular ones. We had lots and lots of projects. We had lots of friends from the mainland who would come down that would teach classes for us. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God, those are such good
they were
memories.
great memories. Yeah, I want to say hi to Janice out there, Iris. Oh my God, Chris,
Lynn.
Lynn. Had so many friends, and we just didn't do also only wire or stringing. We actually did projects that really wasn't a beat thing, but we thought it would incorporate into beating. So lots of, and now it's 2025. Okay, after Ward, we moved over to um, Kalani Street, the Dillingham area, and at the Dillingham area, we had a good run over there. Then we moved over to Nimitz. Oh, so we met a lot of friends at Dillingham. That was fun. That was our eating place. We ate a lot there.
We did.
That place introduced us to a lot of eating.
But then
Yeah,
Facebook also started back then, and that introduced everyone to a lot of eating.
yeah, it really did. And after that, we moved over to Nimitz, and then from Nimitz, we had a great run over there.
Yeah.
Bigger store, lots of traffic, met more people.
That was like the Instagram years, yeah.
Yeah, that was Instagram years, YouTube years too, because everything
Mhm.
was YouTube years.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. And then we came over here, and that's kind of the
yeah,
TikTok years.
yeah,
We can mark our moves by social media.
yeah. We can. So everybody, if you guys are around, drop us a note. Any of our social medias, we can get to you. Give us at least 24 hours. We're not instantaneous,
Just the two of us.
just the two of us,
Just the two.
and we'll get back to you. So everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy your friends and family this weekend. Um, bead lots. Stay creative. Use your hands. Okay, use your hands and your eyes, and we'll see you very soon. Aloha.
Aloha.
Say bye, Jane.
Bye bye. See you soon.